Fortune favors the bold, and we have a very exciting new moon in Sagittarius that lives up to that saying. Ariel and I are going to dive into the energies, first astrologically and then with the tarot, to see how you can best use this new moon in Sagittarius to give a boost to your good fortune. So stay tuned. So I am going to break this reading out by astrological houses, so you'll want to watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. If you do not know your rising sign, you can get a free birth chart from astro.com. Timestamps are in the description of the video and also in the first pinned comment. So Sagittarius is the sign of the go-getter, of enthusiastically going for your wildest dreams. It is an energy that sometimes goes where angels fear to tread, and yet somehow Saggies always land on their feet. Sagittarian energy really does encourage us to look at the big picture perspective of our life and see where we can boldly go after our heart's desires. So a new moon in Sagittarius really encourages us in this way. What's particularly exciting about this new moon in Sagittarius on November 23rd is that Venus and Mercury are only 1 degree apart. So they're basically conjunct in Sagittarius as well. And we also have Jupiter, Sagittarius's ruler, going direct just a mere 4 minutes after the new moon in Sagittarius. So Mercury rules our mind, it rules our thinking, it rules our communication. Venus, of course, rules love and money, self-worth, things of that nature. So with Mercury and Venus conjunct in Sag at this new moon, it's suggesting to me that it is time to think bigger, dream bigger, and put our mind to perhaps more lofty and inspiring money and or romantic goals, or even creative goals. You could look at Venus as creative life force energy as well. And a mere 4 minutes after the new moon in Sagittarius, Jupiter, Sagittarius's ruling energy, ruling planet, is going to be going direct in Pisces. Jupiter is, of course, an energy associated with opportunity and luck. So this is very interesting because there could be a last-minute miracle. There could be a lucky break. This speaks to me, all this new moon energy speaks to me of the definition that luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And the preparation to undertake at this new moon is to work with the energies of Sagittarius, of the Mercury and Venus conjunction in Sagittarius, which is about fortune favoring the bold also. So that's why I'm saying it's time to go for something big, bold, bodacious, a whole new dream, a whole new destiny, and really push yourself and put it out there. And by it, I mean your beautiful life force energy to help you manifest something new. Because new moons are, of course, about planting seeds for the new to blossom in our life. And the biggest seed to plant right now is the one that's growing in your own mind. So free yourself from less than thinking, playing small, all that kind of thing, and see where you can take a bold and bodacious step into your future. And the universe often responds very favorably by, again, bringing in some sort of luck because you have prepared the ground for it. All right, let's get into your reading. All right, Aries, let's see what we need to know for you. We are looking at your 9th house. New moon in your 9th house, the big picture perspective of your life. Long distance travel, international business, internet business, writing, academia, publishing, all that type of thing. All right, let's see what we got for you, Aries. Boldly and bodaciously working with this energy, Aries. Ace of Swords, gorgeous. And the Hermit, and one more. The High Priestess. Okay, wow. Aries, it's time to set an intention for some exciting new idea. Ace of Swords. So this could be an idea of how you want to proceed with some new course of action in your life. in terms of those ninth house matters. But remember, ninth house is also big picture perspective. It's a journey house. So whether we're talking about a literal journey to somewhere you haven't been before, or we're talking about a mental journey or a spiritual journey, or, just of shifting your life in some sort of significant way, maybe starting a new career or writing a book, Ace of Swords, starting some, new mental work of some kind. This is the time to be doing it. You got the Ace of Swords here. So this new moon in Sagittarius could absolutely bring some sort of really inspired idea for you. Because remember, Mercury and Venus are conjunct at this as well. So the implementation of this idea, though, of this energy, because remember, this is the seed planting and then we take the actions, needs to be under cover of darkness. Needs to be behind the scenes, needs to be quiet on the down low. This Hermit and the High Priestess, this is very much internal and spiritual energy. Both of these highly intuitive. So it is about following your intuitive gut feelings, so to speak, on what this idea should be. Like, you may wake up from a dream with the idea. You may get the idea in some sort of guided meditation with the Hermit showing up here. But the implementation and action taking needs to be on your own, the Hermit, and needs to be, again, on your own, but behind the scenes, the High Priestess. You've got to keep it to yourself. Zip thy lip, Aries. Okay, so, because I think you're going to be very excited by this. This is Sag energy we're talking about here with this new, this is like Sag on steroids, this new moon. So it's like you're going to feel amped, you're going to feel pumped, you're going to feel hyped about it. But the implementation needs to be behind the scenes, and that may be the challenge. So have a container ready for this energy. And by that, I mean, where is this energy going to go? This new initiative, this new idea. Can you just put it in a notebook? Can you take out your notes program on your phone and make notes in there? Can you, I don't know, record yourself talking about it somewhere? Because again, this needs to be private to yourself. Voice memo or something. And then, like I said, implemented quietly, internally, etc. There is a major spiritual shift that's happening with this idea that you want to implement in your life. Ninth house is also a very spiritual house. So I love this for you. I love this for you very, very much. Ace of Swords, you're cutting away definitely ideas of any sort of lack as well. Any sort of lack, low self-esteem. But also, you're also really committing to some sort of path that, lights, like I said, lights you up spiritually with the Hermit here. But also is one that your intuition has kind of been nudging you toward anyway. What this is going to require from you, do not be afraid with this Ace of Swords to really implement some out-of-the-box thinking. That's the fortune that favors the bold. Some sort of, really crazy, innovative idea, perspective. Now, of course, Mars is still retrograde, and Mars is your ruling planet. So particularly for you, Aries, I think that's why we're getting this Hermit and High Priestess. That, again, it's about this internal incubation stage. But the internal incubation stage can still be bold and bodacious. It can still be like generating a lot of creative energy. Jupiter is in your 12th house of the subconscious, getting ready to go into your sign as of December 20th again. So use this time, use this month's energy before we get the new moon in Capricorn to again, really work on that internal shift, because when Jupiter enters your sign, it's going to be all systems go. And when Mars goes direct as of January 12th, again, we've got this Jupiter in your sign, Mars going direct, you're going to be hitting pedal to the metal. So in preparation for the speeding up of your life and this new idea, get the internal shift, the internal work done now. Lay the groundwork, in other words, with this. And this may be a vision board. This may be a detailed action step planning stuff that you're going to be doing. But again, this is in the private of your own, the privacy of your own mind, your own studio, your own notebook, you know, whatever. Talk to your cat about it, but keep the energy to yourself. All right, Taurus, so we have a new moon in your 8th house of transformation. We have Mercury and Venus conjunct in that 8th house, perhaps giving you some new ideas of how you can transform and heal your finances, especially in regards to other people's money, contracts, things of that nature. Also, perhaps giving you some new ideas of how you can transform your intimacy life, because that is also ruled by the 8th house. Jupiter going direct in Pisces, your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. So all of this is speaking to the fact that, you know, there could be an opportunity for you to heal your finances, heal your love life, and show how you have healed certain things within you so that you make different choices now. You make better choices now than maybe you've made before. You're approaching these topics from a new place of awareness. All right, let's see. Let's see what we need to know. Taurus. The 9 of Cups. I love this. This is the Ariel card. And the 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. And the 4 of Swords. Okay. What I'm feeling here is you may be afraid that somehow the universe forgot about you, that you missed the boat somehow with this 4 of Swords. You may have been feeling hidden away, that things have been stuck, particularly in this 8th house situation. The universe has not forgotten you. Jupiter is going direct and wants to deliver, you know, with your help, some sort of beautiful wish. We have the wish card showing up here with this 9 of Cups. Some beautiful wish having to do probably with family finances, the 10 of Pentacles here. So this could be financial stability. This could be inheritance of some kind, other people's money in terms of mortgages, financing, refinancing, credit, things like that, with the 10 of Pentacles showing up. But the 10 of Pentacles is also an energy of marriage material partnership. So if you've been feeling cut off out of the dating world, you know, 4 Swords last 4 years, 4 months, and you've been wishing for a steady partnership, again, do things differently. Fortune favors the bold. When Jupiter goes direct, there could be an opportunity that comes out of the woodwork. 4 of Swords. That could be very wonderful with the 10 of Pentacles. Could be everything you want, Taurus. But if you also just stay sitting home, or you stay like kind of sleeping on the job here and not be alert to what the universe is trying to bring in, and you don't take the action to embrace that opportunity, then it's going to pass you by. So this is saying to me with this 9 of Cups is this is not a time to give up faith or hope or anything like that. This is a time to, I think, dial in even deeper to the transformations that you want to have happen, the wishes you want to have fulfilled, particularly in this 8th house. So, and we know you play for keeps. You don't want anything fly-by-night, flibberty-gibbet, like BS. You want something real and deep and true, which is what the 10 of Pentacles represents, at least the way I interpret tarot. This can be yours. This can be yours. The key is wishing is good. Wishing is great. But it's also about how can you go out, 4 of Swords, and embrace the world from a healed perspective as best you can. We're always in a process of learning, growing, developing. So, you know, you're going to be making different choices now. Can you make different choices in this area? Can you be brave and put yourself out there when the universe presents an opportunity? All right. So that is the thing. And can you be open to the opportunity? Can you put yourself in the way of opportunity? These are all the things to be looking at here and setting the intention for. So affirming, yes, that I want to manifest my wishes, but also with this 9 of Cups, what are you going to be doing to assist the universe to making that miracle happen? Can you get out of the house? 4 of Swords. Can you get out of, I call this, you know, well, 5 of Swords is my daytime anxiety, but can you get out of, you know, all this feeling of just like the other shoe is about to drop, of this worry, in other words. The other shoe could be a good shoe. It could be a good shoe. It doesn't have to be a shoe of doom and gloom. So these are all the things to be thinking about in terms of setting your intention and working with this energy. And when the thing comes in, when Jupiter starts bringing his bonanza, just double check on it. Don't settle for less than. Make sure it really is your 10 of Pentacles moment that you want for yourself, because you do deserve it. So particularly those of you who have been really working on issues of deservingness, self-esteem, that type of thing, you really could see this new moon energy to start to shift and bring in something of much greater substance and value to your life based on this transformation that you have been making within yourself. All right, Gemini, so we have a beautiful new moon happening in your 7th house of partnerships, both business and personal. Mercury and Venus conjunct, so there could be some very interesting news about new connections in your world. Also, Jupiter going direct in your house of career. So there may be some news coming from a career direction, somebody very close to you delivering some sort of important news that could be transforming your career in some way. 10th house is also the house of status, which is, I call it like your status update on social media. So this has to do with, am I, single? Am I dating? Am I getting married? Am I engaged? Am I divorced? Like, it's status energies, right? So 10th house is connected with marriage and partnerships as well as the 7th house. So new moon energy, though, is about the new and manifesting the new. So it is time for you also to think differently about what you want in partnerships, in close connections in your life, because Mercury is conjunct Venus. And in terms of also your values, the type of partner you're looking for, Gemini, whether, again, business or personal. And this includes, because again, we're going to look at 10th house issues with the Jupiter going direct, can also include the people around you that you work with and or somebody, you consider marriage material. So this is the time to really push the boat out, so to speak, and be bold and bodacious in making new connections in your life. Now, yes, Mars is retrograde in your sign currently, so you may have your best opportunities with more, maybe not necessarily making new connections, but it could be new connections, but they could be made in a place that you've already made connections before, since Mars is going retrograde in your sign. This is a lot about rethinking, Mars retrograde in your sign, a lot about rethinking your energy levels and things like that. So you may also be rethinking what energy you have to give to personal relationships and the balance between your personal relationships and also some of your career goals and things you want to do. So you just have to apply the energies to your life. But you could be revisiting old haunts and meeting new people. It is possible that there could be, if this applies to you and you would like that, and you go for it, there could be a successful rekindling of a previous connection. But again, that's if you want that. This is always about using energies. These are not predictions in the sense this will happen to you. You use energy. Okay, so let me just reemphasize that. So that new moon could give you a second chance, especially Mars retrograde in your sign, with a romantic or business partnership. It is possible. Here's your energy, King of Swords, the World, and the Justice. Okay, wow. 2 major arcana showing up here. All right. And this is your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, the Justice showing up here. And we have the World card. So yeah, what this is saying to me is justice is about balance. You don't want anything, how should I say this? You want success, the World here, but the success needs balance to it. So, it just can't be all or nothing. It has to be a balanced success in terms of your relationships. Like, you don't want to be the one always giving the all, Gemini. Like, you always being the one to do everything, to entertain, to be funny, to be, the one who's the life of the party all the time. right? So it's like your needs have to also be part of these intentions that you are setting. That person has to recognize, you know, that you have your own world to attend to also with the World card here. You have your own goals. You have your own hopes and dreams. And yes, you want a partnership, right? Whether that's, again, a business one or a personal one. But it has to, your needs have to also be part of that relationship world here. And what this is also saying to me, with Jupiter going direct in that 10th house, there is likely to be some sort of career success coming your way very, very soon, that you may have to figure out how is that going to fit and balance into any type of romantic relationship. Whether a new one getting started or even one you may already be in, you may have to set a new intention, the both of you, if you're in one, to kind of rebalance in a fair way the relationship, because you may be getting, you know, the world may be kind of tugging at your sleeve, Gemini. You may be having a lot of career stuff going on. Very, very soon with this World card showing up. So it could be a promotion, a big new juicy project, you know, something like that. And again, the balance has to be there between your personal life and your career life. So to set that intention where, you know, whatever relationship you're trying to call in a new relationship, that the person understands that you can't just be the be all end all. You have your own life as well and your own place in the world that does need attention. If you're in a relationship now, as I said, that person may need to, there may be need to set an intention to kind of recalibrate the energy resources in the relationship. Okay. And this is nothing bad. This is just a natural part of life and things going on. This is very, very nice. I think also if you're calling in a relationship, it could be with a Libra. That's very possible. But also there is something here about, again, negotiation. That it's just not always what the other person wants, or you just agree because you're so, you know, affable and kind-hearted. You just agree to everything. Things also have to be on your terms as well. All right. And there may be some negotiations. That's why we got the Mercury and the Venus conjunct, right? There maybe needs to be some negotiations. But I think this is very, very favorable energy here for you to really go out there, world also, go out there and find what you want, the justice. There could be, also with the justice, I look at it as fairness. I look at it as doing right by yourself. So it's important for you not to settle for less than. It's important for you to think about who you're calling into your world and that they have the qualities that are important to relationships. Now, not every relationship can be fair and equitable 24/7, 100% of the time. There is ebb and flows in relationships. Yes, of course, we know that. But at the foundational heart of the relationship, you need to feel, Gemini, that it is fair to you, that you are not getting the short end of the stick. Like I said, with you constantly being the one to do everything. So this is a great time to, to implement some changes with a current relationship as well, and some renegotiation. That's that Mercury, your ruling planet, with that Venus going on in that 7th house. There could be a renegotiation of some sort of business deal or contract as well, especially with the justice showing up here, and especially with Jupiter going direct in your 10th house. Mars going retrograde could be also some sort of contract or contact from your past, like a promotion maybe you thought you were going to get before. Maybe the wheels get in motion at this new moon. And remember, new moon influences can have a month's time till the next new moon. So that's possible as well here. That some sort of promised promotion comes back from your past. So this looks very, very favorable. But set the intention not to shortchange yourself in any type of personal connection. And this may be, again, fortune favors the bold. This may be a different bold path than maybe what you've done before. All right, Cancer, we have this new moon in your 6th house of work and well-being. Jupiter going direct in your 9th house. Big picture perspective of your life. Mercury and Venus conjunct in this 6th house could bring some good news about some financial fresh start with your job, maybe a bonus, maybe, some sort of maybe a big deal you're closing with your business, with your work. That's possible. If we look at your well-being, you could finally be getting that appointment, or you're finally finding the right, medical professional to make an appointment with for some sort of healing. That's very possible. So let's see what the cards have to say. But this also is tied in, like I said, with the big picture perspective of your life, where you're headed, and some sort of, maybe miracle shifting you in a different direction, or you accepting the opportunity that maybe comes from a different direction than what you were thinking. All right, let's see. We have the Leo, the Strength, which is your second house of money. And we have the Five of Swords. I call my daytime anxiety card. And we have the Five of Cups. Okay. So this is very interesting. What this is saying to me is that, remember, this is about a new moon. This is new intentions. The new intentions need to be set from the strength of your heart and your heart's desires, not based in worry and anxiety, Five of Swords, and not based in past disappointments. All right. So something may have gone down the last 5 weeks, 5 months, these two fives showing up here, that was not to your liking in regards to your work or well-being. But it didn't break you, because the Strength card is here. It may not have felt very pleasant. Let's just be honest. It may not have felt very pleasant. But you're stronger than you know with the Strength card here. And with this new moon, there could be a revitalization of your finances, because the Strength is showing up here, your second house of money. But again, this is about fortune favoring the bold. Because Jupiter is going direct in the ninth house, big picture perspective, you need to get yourself out of this funky energy, these two fives. Now, fives can be about change. It's about, we're in a flux moment. All right, so it is time to believe in miracles again, believe in the fact that the universe is working behind the scenes, shifting things, trying to get you to go in a different direction. All right, what are you willing to do differently? And what is your heart telling you, Strength card, that you need to do differently? So setting the intention, using the new moon energies in this Sagittarian house, okay, to follow a heart's desire and a heart's dream. It's going to lead you in a different direction. That is the thing. I'm just feeling a miracle can come out of left field, and you may be too focused. All right, Five of Cups, we know. She's too focused on what didn't happen to accept or see even. In this card deck, her eyes are closed because she's crying. Other card decks, we don't always see the person's face because the shroud is over them. All right, so this is the type of energy where it's like you may not even see the new opportunity that the universe is trying to bring, and you may be too caught up in anxiety. Notice the snake is here in this Five of Swords. Can you transform your thinking? That is the snake symbolism, right? It's about transformation, shedding a skin, shedding an idea of, because it's swords, of the way you thought it was going to roll out. It is going to come from a different place. It's going to be better because the Strength card is here. It's going to be even better. It's going to be a stronger opportunity, a stronger new possibility for your life. But are you willing to see it, embrace it, feel it, and accept it when it comes in? So if you are setting some sort of intention at this new moon for a healing in your life, for in terms of finances or well-being, maybe if you're coming up with a healing affirmation for that, you might want to include that you accept the miracle from whichever direction it appears in your life. All right, you get what I'm saying. Rephrase accordingly. But you got this. There is a very strong new beginning that can manifest for you. This is not time to give up hope or give up the ship or be just like, oh my God, no, it's never going to happen. All right. So you got this, Cancer, and your heart knows. Your heart knows that it's got to go in a different direction. Leos, we have a beautiful new moon happening in your fifth house of love, romance, creativity, children, risk-taking, pleasure. And we have Jupiter going direct in your 8th house of transformation. So, wow. Let's see what we need to know about this for you, Leos. You could really come up with some sort of amazing new creative idea that could just really fire up your creative impulses with Venus, but also could make you some money, right? Because Venus is there. So that's very, very nice. And there could be some very important communications with some sort of budding new romance, if that is on the table for you. If you are an entrepreneur, there could be some important contract, money-making contract you could be negotiating very soon or working on negotiating, especially since Jupiter is going direct in your house of other people's money. Talking about money, we got a Queen of Pentacles here, Leo, and the Three of Cups, gorgeous. And the Three of Wands. Wow. Okay. So this is likely some sort of new beginning that involves perhaps a small group of people. That's possible. But doesn't have to be. But we could also use this as a time marker. So especially over the next 3 weeks, this energy of potent manifestation, particularly with some sort of good luck and new goals with creativity, pleasure. The 5th house is the house of luck also. As I said, creative projects, entrepreneurial activities, etc. 3 of Cups here, we got some pleasure. We got some good news. We got some celebratory energy. This is Pisces energy. This is also your 8th house where Jupiter is going direct. So there could be good news coming from other people regarding this 5th house matter. So this could be the good news that your book manuscript got accepted. This could be the good news that your business is doing really well. The new creative idea you came up with for your business has a lot of potential. 3 of Wands here, very interesting, which is about vision. You see, she has the binoculars. This is about ships coming in. This is about a new direction you want to head for in your life. So that's why I say over the next 3 weeks, I think that you're going to see some sort of goal be realized for yourself, provided, it's all about using the energies, provided that you plant some big old seed in this 5th house area. You may have already planted the seed back in Virgo season. That is possible. About 3 months ago, that is possible. So it could be also that a ship is coming in regards to, something you started in Virgo season. Okay, so that's possible. But what I am feeling here, this is really that your focused efforts, Queen of Pentacles, especially in creative pursuits, 3 of Cups, which is very joyful, creative energy. It's creative pursuits also that may involve other people or involve an audience of some type, may bear a lot of very nice fruit for you and could transform your life. So a miracle is in the making, I feel, of some sort of beautiful life-transforming energy regarding your creativity, your creative energy, your creative life force energy. I'm not necessarily feeling that this is romantic. It could be. It's the 5th house is romance. I am really just feeling this is more about your creative life force energy. I'm a very honest reader. I'll tell you what I'm really feeling, and also from these energies. But if you're looking for romance, really, Leos, this is the best time with this energy here. With the Mercury conjunct the Venus, it is time to let somebody know how you feel and take that bold and bodacious step, in my opinion, from the new moon energies. Because it really could be life transforming with Jupiter going direct. 8th house is intimacy. So it may be the best time to share your most intimate thoughts with somebody you'd like to get closer to. All right. If you're in the market for romance, if you already have a romance in your life, it may be time to really step it up, dude. All right. Step it up and really let somebody know how you feel. Use that Mercury energy. conjunct the Venus. Also with this too, like in terms of, well, we could look at this romantically, I guess. In terms of the romance factor, wining and dining, 3 of Cups, in a very nice, like, romantic space. But also some sort, you know, this is about tangible things. So tangible expression of love. And then also telling and showing that person where they fit in the vision of your life as well. Like, where do you see yourself heading with them? So that type of thing, setting the intentions to do that. Fortune favors the bold, especially if you've just started dating somebody, maybe over the last couple months again. This is time to step it up to this next level of commitment, I feel, with the Queen of Pentacles showing up here. And you could get some really, really favorable results if you do that. And the same goes for any type of, you know, new creative activity you want to start pursuing in your life. Step it up, commit to it fully, Queen of Pentacles. And it could really change the direction of your life in a very positive way. Virgo, we have a beautiful new moon in your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you. What a gorgeous place to bring some fresh energy, the foundation of your life, a whole new beginning for you. We have Jupiter going direct in your 7th house of relationships. So these are very interesting energies. Let's see what we need to know for you. Mercury conjunct Venus. There could be some important news regarding money, in terms of family money, money for something for your home. There could be something about a buying, selling contract, or setting the intention. There could be setting an intention to share your home with someone, since Jupiter's going direct in that 7th house of partnerships. Or to heal something, heal some sort of family relationship. I mean, that's possible too with these energies. All right, let's see what we have, Virgo. We have the beautiful 4 of Wands, and that is the house we are talking about for you. And the Ace of Cups. Is that not glorious? Look at this. And the Hierophant. Wow. Wow, the 9th house for you, the big picture of your life, commitments. 4 of Wands, Ace of Cups. Oh my God, I'm getting chills down my legs. Virgo, this is so beautiful. So some sort of beautiful new beginning in this 4th house. 4 of Wands is a gateway. It's an opening. It's a door opening, I like to call it. It is a celebration energy, but it is a foundational door opening for you. Hierophant, Taurus energy, commitments. So this suggests to me, with this Ace of Cups here, Aces for me are about the self. The Cups are the heartfelt energy, the emotional energy. You would be served well in using these energies, Virgo, to set an intention to allow more loving, healing energy, to commit to more loving, healing energy when it comes to where you're living, how you're living, and who you're living with. So because this is also Taurus energy, this could speak to making the home more comfortable for those who are there. Okay, so it could be you know, decor type things that you want to set in, you know, set the intention, use the energies to bring in more of a partner's aesthetic, perhaps, into where you're living. Right, especially if you're contemplating. This could also be some sort of new beginning in who you're living with, because maybe you're going to be moving in with someone. And with that Jupiter going direct in that 7th house, there could be something where you again want to bring their stuff, their aesthetic, etc. into your home environment. Also, the Hierophant is about contracts, and we're talking about Taurus energy here, which is a lot about real estate. And we're talking about your 4th house. So this could be a very exciting new beginning in some sort of, you know, literal commitment to a home. So this is very favorable for the buying, selling, moving, because I look at this as a new door opening type energy going on for you. So there could be some beautiful, beautiful new commitment. There also could be a new commitment to creating more peace and harmony in the home, if there has been just a lot of agitation for whatever reason, again, this suggests to me that if the people, all parties involved are really committed to making this work and heal it, it can heal. The other thing here is this energy also speaking to me, there could be some sort of engagement or other significant commitment. Maybe a marriage coming soon with the Hierophant, but it could just be some sort of engagement or commitment to become a family in some way. Fourth house, to become foundationally part of each other's lives in some way. This is gorgeous. This is very, very beautiful energy. But this is mostly what I am feeling, is setting the intention to bring more beauty and harmony into your personal world. And Jupiter going direct in that 7th house. 7th house is also the house of enemies. So it could also be that Jupiter brings some sort of healing miracle to your life in eliminating somebody antagonistic, somebody whose energy is around you that is very antagonistic. Now, we're not saying that anything bad happens to the person. It just could be that Jupiter moves them in a different direction. They're not part of your environment anymore in some way. So that's also possible. But this is gorgeous, beautiful energy. The other thing I'm going to say about this is this could also have something to do with, because we got the Taurus energy here, and this is also teaching, learning type energy. And Four of Wands, again, can just be a door opening. If you've thought about starting some sort of home-based business or business that involves home-related situations, this could be a very auspicious time to use that energy and begin with this Ace of Cups. Again, with that door opening here. But it has to have your full commitment. Again, fortune favors the bold with this energy. And it's got to be a little bit, in my opinion, with this Hierophant, a little bit of a goal that's a stretch goal that's gonna scare you, in a good way, a tiny bit. So that's another thing. And Jupiter going direct in that 7th house could bring you the person who could be a great advisor to help you, teach you in some way to get this new enterprise up and running. So that's another way of looking at these potential energies. Because this also has to do with the big picture perspective of your life. If we're talking Taurus energy, this is also about international business, internet business, things like that. So if you've been hankering to start some sort of internet business for yourself, this energy is very good for that also. And particularly because we have Mercury and Venus conjunct. Mercury is the energy of commerce and communications. And then, of course, Venus with the money energy. So this is very auspicious for that as well. All right, Libras, we have a new moon happening in your 3rd house of writing, speaking, teaching, networking, and sales, all types of communications, the neighborhood, daily environment, and your siblings. We have Jupiter going direct in your 6th house of work and well-being. So let's see what we need to know about all this, using this energy. Fortune favoring the bold. What do we need to know for Libras? Especially interesting because Mercury's in this 3rd house, which is its communications house for you, right? It's in this zone. So there's going to be some sort of important conversation to be having, or set the intention to have here at this new moon. Okay. So we have an Ace of Wands, we have a 9 of Swords, we have a Hermit. So this is about busting out of your subconscious. Virgo energy, which is your 12th house, the subconscious. There's something here about boldly communicating your hopes and wishes and dreams to yourself, and perhaps also to the right people in the workplace, with Jupiter going direct in that 6th house. It is also time. It's time to think, speak, communicate your desires. Ace of Wands. But also in a different way, because it's a new moon. In a bolder way. It's the wands showing up here. In a way that is transformative, that shows you have changed, because we have the snake here. So there's something about shedding a skin also. And this is figuratively speaking. So you may have outgrown an old role, particularly in terms of of your career in some way. You may have outgrown something, and it is time to come up with some new direction for yourself with Mercury conjunct Venus, the new thoughts about how to earn your money, especially if you are involved in the communicative field. Like I said, the writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales. We have the Ace of Wands here, which is gorgeous energy. It is the thumbs up from the universe. It is the Sag energy. It is about being bold and coming up with some sort of transformation for yourself. The issue of what's going on here is this Hermit and the Nine of Swords, and the Nine is also associated with the Virgo energy here. So this is subconscious worry that maybe you'll say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing or make the wrong move, or it won't work out, or it's just not the right time or something like that. So this is stuff holding you back subconsciously from going as boldly forward as you'd like to go with this particular energy. So that is something to shift here. The Ace of Wands is about planting a big, bold, and bodacious seed. So show the world what you're all about. Have that conversation. Make that phone call. Connect. Sell yourself, Libras. That's what this is about. Sell yourself. Sell your energy. Ace of Wands, this is about our vitality. Sell your energy, your creative life force energy. Market yourself. Publicize yourself. Let people know this is what I'm all about. This is what I want to be doing. Yes, that takes some bravery, but fortune favors the bold. That's what we're talking about with this energy. It's time to bust out of this subconscious prison that you've gotten yourself maybe stuck in about, I can't do this somehow. Aces for me are about the self. So this is about taking a risk and taking a chance on yourself. And you may need to have some sort of very inspired cheerleader conversation with yourself about it, or seek out somebody who can do that for you, or watch this video 5 times or whatever to get that motivation that yes, you can do this, Libra. And when you do it, and you start taking one step at a time with this inspired action of changing your environment in some way, thinking differently, speaking differently, doing things differently, that's what can propel the miraculous energy of transformation with Jupiter going direct in that 6th house of work and well-being. There may be something, especially if we're talking about a communications issue, there may have been something you have been holding back with the Nine of Swords and the Hermit here. You've been keeping to yourself. Whether about work or well-being, doesn't matter. But there's something you have just been keeping inside of you that needs to burst forth and have some sort of container of expression to support it. There may be something that's kind of haunting you. Nine of Swords. Words, coulda, woulda, shouldas. A conversation you should have had. The French call it the wit of the staircase. It's very interesting expression, meaning like the snappy comeback you think of after the situation has already passed. You've already gone all the way down the stairs. Oh, then you think of what you should have said at that moment. It's like the wit of the staircase, right? It's very, I love idioms from different languages. It's interesting. But you may be having that type of moment where you're like, oh, snap, I should have said that. Why didn't I? So there may be something going on with that. This is the time to set the intention to boldly say what needs to be said from your heart, not to injure or hurt someone or hurt yourself, or, it's not about that. But it could be about setting the intention to speak with love, Venus and Mercury conjunct. Speak with love, whatever you've been holding back in your heart that's been troubling you. So that's another way, and it's affecting you because we got the Nine of Swords here. It's causing anxiety. So that may be another thing to turn over a new leaf. You'll feel better. We'll talk about also your 6th house of well-being. Jupiter could bring a miraculous well-being transformation with a situation that has been fraught, shall we say, especially if we're talking about some sort of important communication you need to have with someone. So there could be a healing conversation in your future. Again, if you boldly choose the direction to go in with that. But something has to be different about it. It can't be the same old way you've tried communicating that truth before. It may need more love. It may need more consideration. It may need more empathy behind it than maybe what's been going on before. All right. Again, general reading, apply the energies to your life. But just think about that, Libra. Scorpio, new moon. Oh my gosh, a big new moon. And Mercury and Venus in your second house of show me the money. That is pretty nice. Pretty nice. So this could be something about, with Mercury and Venus conjunct in that second house, rethinking your money goals, what you want to manifest, planting a new seed for some exciting new project that you want to make money from. Of course, the second house is also about our values and our self-esteem. So this can also be about, you know, making better choices concerning those things. We have Jupiter going direct in your fifth house of love, romance, creativity, risk-taking, the entrepreneur. So this is very, very nice. You could really come up with some sort of gorgeous money-making idea that is based in your beautiful creative life force energies. And that could bring a lot of financial abundance to your life. We have a Five of Swords. And we have the Tower. And we have the Moon. Ooh. Okay. So you may have been kind of stewing since, I would say, well, I would say maybe the new moon solar eclipse, which was October 25th in your sign. Maybe this is even going back, this moon here card. That was good English. This moon card here going back to the Taurus eclipse, November 8th. That's possible since we have a tower here, which is associated with Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. So you may have been kind of in this Five of Swords pickle of really trying to come up with some sort of idea, but nothing has maybe felt exactly correct. And you kind of been hem and hawing, going back and forth, because it hasn't felt juicy enough. It hasn't felt deep enough. It hasn't felt miraculous enough for you. Like you want, I mean, Scorpio, you need to sink your teeth into stuff, right? You want the deep. You don't want this like, you know, surfacey kind of stuff. So you may have been a little like confused, doubtful, going back and forth. I feel like more the sense of kind of going back and forth on different things. But the right thing hasn't landed yet in terms of an idea, because we're talking about Mercury in your second house, an idea to generate that type of money that you want to generate, or an opportunity. It's just nothing's stuck yet that feels right. And it's got you kind of like annoyed, Five of Swords. You're kind of like, you know, kind of annoyed with yourself. But don't be, because if it's not right, it's not right. It's okay. But we got the Tower here in the middle. So the Tower can be many things, but it also can be this lightning bolt of inspiration because it's associated with Uranus. So it can be a mind-blowing idea. And that's what I feel is happening here for you. Has the potential with this Jupiter going direct in that fifth house of creativity, creative ideas, etc. And the second house, Mercury energy, Venus energy. Lightning flash of inspiration that cuts through all the shenanigans, that cuts through the fog, and just like energizes your whole being. The Tower, like the lightning strikes, you're like, whoa, that is it. That is the way I'm going to manifest the money. Doesn't, of course, have to do with your creativity. It could just be, you know, you get the eureka idea. Oh, that's the conversation I need to have with the certain person to make the deal happen. Because we're talking about Mercury. You know, that is the person I got to call. That's the person I got to email. That is the piece of information, Mercury, that's been the missing link that would make the difference and start this new source of income rolling in, or shift the energy with some sort of money situation. So be open to some sort of very surprising, mind-blowing idea. And, you know, honestly, because it's, you know, the Uranus energy here, the crazier it sounds, the more lucrative it could be. Again, general energies reading here, but if it sounds like it's really out of left field and whatever, but it feels right to you, even though it may seem a little out there, that could really be the answer that you're looking for. So I love this for you. This is really about using those energies, fortune favoring the bold, and accepting the possibly mind-blowing, crazy idea that can come from the universe to solve some sort of financial dilemma, particularly regarding maybe inspiration of a creative nature of the right project to invest your energies in. So this is very, very interesting. And the other thing too, again, Tower card, Uranus. Uranus is in your 7th house of other people. So this information could even be, this solution, this mind-blowing thing can even be brought by some other person in some sort of conversation you have with them. They may not even realize they give you the key. They give you the answer. You're maybe not even saying anything about it, but it could be an overheard conversation. It could be you're watching something on a movie or YouTube or something, and somebody says something that triggers this idea that, again, is associated with your thing that you've been wanting to shift. So just know that this inspiration could come from another person. It may come from your own brain and your own subconscious and things like that. Sure. But it could also equally come from those other sources I just mentioned. So very interesting, Scorpio. Saggies, big new moon in your sign. Wow. All right. So new moon in the 1st house could be coming up with some sort of new beginning in terms of how other people see you, your physical body, your identity in some way. Jupiter, your ruling planet, getting ready to go direct in your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you. So, and Mercury and Venus conjunct in this 1st house as well. So I feel like this is a lot about investing in yourself in ways that help you lay a new foundation for your life in some way, or support you foundationally in your life. So this could be investing in some sort of new wardrobe, investing in some sort of new skill that you want to learn, investing in, perhaps you need a vacation, investing in a little R&R time, especially because Jupiter, you know, your ruling planet does rule travel. So investing in a little bit of time away to recharge your batteries. It could be something like that. So yeah, this is very, very, very nice energy. So it could be about rethinking, Mercury, your life, how you're showing up in the world, and rethinking your money with Venus, and rethinking the ways in which you're using your creative life force energy. All right, so let's see what we have here. And setting new and bold and bodacious intentions to do it a little differently than you have been. And to have it focused more on yourself and what's important for you, and not thinking about what everybody else wants from you. All right, so let's see. There's your energy, Temperance. And the 7 of Wands. Oh, and a 7 of Pentacles. Wow. 2 number 7s here. All right. Temperance is about balance. Interesting that the 7s are showing up, because I'm going to look at that as like the 7th house. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because Mars is retrograde in your 7th house right now, Gemini. So, and because we have Mercury and Venus showing up in this 1st house, opposite that Mars and Gemini. This could really be about you, fortune favoring the bold, in terms of you coming to greater balance in terms of your personal relationships, and changing the dynamic with the Temperance here to more of a dynamic that supports you. And the reason I say that is because for me, a Seven of Wands energy is a lot about boundaries. You know, she's over here, the other people are over here, and they're like, you know, wanting things from her, and she has to defend herself in some way. The Seven of Pentacles can be, you know, this situation, I'm reassessing the situation. Like, is this working for me or not working for me? Are my boundaries working for me or not working for me? Am I happy? Am I feeling good? Am I, you know, in the best relationships that support my healing, also with the Temperance energy, that support me, because it's your energy coming up. So you could be having a major rethink at this new moon energy, because there's so much focus on your energy right now with Mercury and Venus there. In regarding other people and this expenditure of energy. When Mars is in the sign opposite ours, it can bring a lot of agitation with other people. So with Mars going retrograde, and check out my Mars retrograde video. I've already, you know, made a video on that. But with Mars retrograde in your 7th house, there could be old arguments that crop up again and again. And it's time to really kind of deal with them and set them to right and fix that once and for all. So I feel like this new moon energy, again, the attention and focus is back on yourself to change the things where they are, maybe people in your 7th house, or people in your life are not honoring your self-worth. I read Pentacles as self-esteem, and they're busting boundaries in some way. So you may be setting this intention to maintain and hold boundaries in order to continue to support your self-esteem with the 7 of Pentacles. Because again, this energy, this Mercury Venus is in your 1st house. So it is a very personal, it's about yourself and how other people are seeing you. Do you want other people to see you as this wishy-washy pushover? No. No. I don't think you do. So it may be time to set the intention to have a conversation, Mercury, with other people about your values, Venus, and what you will and will not put up with. And really, by having that conversation, there can be healing. There can be healing for you. Whether or not they heal is another story, okay? But there can be healing for you around having that communication. I just feel also with this energy that you are getting ready for a major breakthrough in your life. And it is time to kind of assess who's going to be with you with that breakthrough and who's not going to be with you with that breakthrough. Jupiter, your ruling planet, is getting poised to go back into Aries as of December 20th. I feel like there is an important dream that you're going to be nurturing that you need to be very protective of. You can be a little more out there with it, perhaps, when Jupiter gets back into Aries after December 20th, like I said. But you're in the process of major life transformation. Be protective of those energies, the seeds that you have planted, the goals and the things that you are working on. They are going to blossom very much, especially with this Mercury-Venus conjunct in this 1st house. So set this intention at this new moon that you will allow your creative energies to bear magnificent fruit. That's that Mercury-Venus, because Jupiter is going to go in that 5th house of creativity of yours very, very soon. So you are poised on the brink of some major creative, fertile time in your life that also could be very, very financially abundant for you. I think there is an issue, though, first with boundaries about that. Because you've got to have time to be able to also work on your creative goals and aspirations. This is me time also, this Mercury conjunct Venus. This is me time, things I want to do. And again, like I said, I feel like you're poised on the brink of this big change, this new project, this big, bold, and bodacious way you're going to be putting your creative life force energy out there. So clean up this situation first, and don't be afraid to go for a very important dream that could transform your life. It's just the timing is not quite there yet. It's going to be about a month from, it's going to be when we have the new moon in Capricorn, which is your second house of money. But right now, this is about, I think, clearing the decks, asserting boldly and bodaciously. This is what I'm going to be working on right now. Or we're not telling people, but keeping it to yourself. But through your actions, showing other people through boundaries that, you know, your time is valuable to yourself as well. You cannot be running after everybody and fixing all their stuff. You need time to work on your own life-changing goals and dreams. So use the energy, Sag. Capricorn, we have a new moon in your 12th house of things hidden behind the scenes, dreams, the subconscious. Mercury conjunct Venus in that 12th house. There, you really could have some sort of communication from beyond the veil that brings you some sort of beautiful idea, money-making opportunity, like a creative idea that just kind of bubbles up from out of nowhere. This is spirit world energy, though. And with Jupiter going direct in that 3rd house, Pisces, of communications, there could be a supernatural experience. There absolutely could be some sort of communication from beyond the veil, possibly from a female ancestor, but this also could be an energy that is very feminine and nurturing in nature, of some sort of spirit guide as well, spirit teacher as well. I'm feeling like also this is, you know, new moon energy in a 12th house is like a clearing out the cobwebs energy. I feel like there's something here with this energy that's really going to show you how much spiritual growth that you have been through as well. This kind of up-leveling of your energy, shifting of old baggage. So this is very good. And also because we have Pluto finishing up in the last few degrees of your sign, it's like this, you know, cosmic clear out of the behind the scenes closet in Capricorn land to show you how much growth you have, you know, have been through and how much you've shifted internally, subconsciously. So I feel like if this is fortune favors the bold, then it really is about you stepping out of some sort of comfort zone in something that maybe, again, some sort of subconscious belief, something that held you back, a limiting belief that held you back before from something you were like, oh, I can't do that. I think it's time to set the intention that you can do that. So let's see. Oh yeah, the Strength card. And Temperance. And I shuffled. Sag just got this. I shuffled quite a bit. Oh my gosh. And the Justice. Wow. Now, this is the Libra energy. That is your 10th house of career. And then we have the 8th house showing up here for you with the Leo, the Strength. So, and the Temperance, which is the 12th house here. So there is likely really setting the intention to make a radical transformation from the heart with the Strength energy here. Probably something involving your career with the Justice. This could be a new contract that you're wanting to manifest. This is maybe an opportunity you're going to say yes to, that is going to test your strengths or help you use your strengths in an entirely new way. And maybe, yeah, it scares you a little bit, right? This is like a stretch goal type energy. This is a very positive transformation, though, here. Look at these 3 major arcana showing up. This is the only sign that had 3 major arcana show up, Capricorn. I mean, Capricorn. This is very, very significant. This is also about the passion. Like, where is the passion in terms of your career? We've been talking a little bit about how, with Mars going retrograde in your 6th house, I've been talking lately in the videos about how you have been kind of regrouping and rethinking about your work life in particular, and your overall, just like your well-being. Are you feeling good about what you're doing every day, what you're showing up to do every day, how you're living your life every day? Like, are you feeling okay about it? Have you been feeling a little bored, a little uninspired? We've been discussing this. So this is saying to me, with this new moon energy, Mercury conjunct Venus, that 12th house, like, really have that honest conversation with yourself. Like, is what you're doing every day supporting your values? What needs to shift subconsciously, or limiting beliefs that need to shift in order for you to rise to the next level, right? With the things that you want to manifest in your life, with your strengths and talents and abilities, particularly perhaps where it concerns your career. It could be too, because we're talking about balance here and balance here with the Temperance card. It could be that the balance has gotten thrown off, that you've been doing too much in terms of chasing. There's been an imbalance in maybe chasing something simply for prestige, achievement, money, rather than, and those goals are fine. Chase those things, that's fine. But also there needs to be balance between that and also chasing things of the heart, things that are going to transform you on deep levels, because that's the the 8th house for you, the Leo energy, which is the deep transformative house. So there could be something with that that's going on here as well. I'm getting a little buzz about making a contract with yourself, making a commitment and a promise to yourself that you are going to bring greater balance back into your life, and at least have, because your 6th house is your house of work. So most Capricorns usually have 2 irons in the fire at all times. So maybe you make the contract with yourself that, yes, one will be one thing I'm doing. Yes, I'm doing for those prestige things, the money, etc. And then the other one, I'm definitely going to have something I do, whether I do it in my free time or it's part of my work life or whatever, that is more of a passion project, something coming from the heart. And really allowing yourself to have both things and having that conversation and commitment contract with yourself that you're going to allow that to happen. And in so doing, you may find that that's what brings the creative inspiration back to your work life. Looking at where your heart is not committed to certain things, and changing the things that it is not committed to. Severing those ties fairly, getting out of things fairly. Cleaning up maybe some karma with things that karmically, because again, we're talking about the 12th house, that, have been done. You don't need to keep them hanging around anymore and letting them go gracefully in your life. So that's another thing that you may be also looking at with this new moon energy. But I'm feeling most of all, this is really about allowing yourself to get that spiritual guidance. Because again, you may have something going on with a dream or some new spiritual guru or spiritual advisor. Really allowing yourself to commit to some sort of new heartfelt centered stretch goal, and feeling perfectly capable to do that, and not doubting yourself, and also not doing an injustice to yourself by not pursuing that. So very interesting energies here, Capricorn. The 12th house is a little bit of a tricky energy to discuss. So basically really just look for kind of maybe some new creative impulses that you're drawn to, things you can't quite explain yourself, why you're being drawn to a certain person, place, situation, activity, but following the trail of your desire to see where that might lead, because it is often subconscious urges, directions, things, epiphanies, things like that, that can open up interesting new experiences for us. Aquarius, you are having a beautiful new moon in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams and personal gains. And with Mercury and Venus conjunct in this 11th house, this might be a good time to buy one lottery ticket, one raffle ticket, play one game of chance, okay, you know, something like that. Especially because you have Jupiter going direct in your second house of money. So there could be, it's possible, remember it's a general reading, it's not a prediction, it's a possibility. There could be a lucky break when it comes to your finances. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Mercury conjunct Venus also, if you are an entrepreneur, doing some sort of marketing, mass marketing, 11th house, to a wide group of people could also bring some financial benefit. So again, committing to some new way of marketing your talents and services might be especially beneficial now as well. All right, we have a Two of Pentacles here, and we have a Page of Swords, and the Wheel, which is our Jupiter energy. Okay, gorgeous. I think it is very possible here that Jupiter can bring some beautiful energy to help you manifest a financial turnaround and break some sort of financial stalemate. Two of Pentacles is the balancing energy. And although it's not the way in this particular deck, it is the one with the guy has the infinity loop, right? In the regular Rider-Waite Tarot, he has the infinity loop, which is like Groundhog Day. You know, same thing every day, getting stuck in a situation over and over again. Like he's like stuck in it, infinity, like it's going on forever. So it can be like a stalemate, like it's not changing. But we have the Page of Swords here, and we have the Jupiter, the Wheel energy. The Page of Swords is about communications. It is about rethinking something. It is about coming up with some sort of new idea, a new way of using social media as an example. A new way of connecting, communicating, conversing with people. So what will break the energetic stalemate of your financial situation is to think differently, think anew, come up again. Mercury, we're talking about Mercury and Venus conjunct in that 11th house. Talk to different people, talk to people or reach out social media in ways you haven't done before. New groups of people, 11th house. In order to break this financial stalemate. So again, this doesn't just have to be if you're a business owner with marketing. This can also be finding the right person to talk to in terms of a financial advisor or somebody else who can help you with your finances in some way. But you need to take the initiative. You need to take the sword in hand. This is your energy also, right? Page of Swords. You need to take that step forward to initiate that conversation about finances. Mercury, Venus, the conversation about finances to make the wish happen, to break the stalemate and to bring more prosperity in. It is about being bold and bodacious. Fortune favors the bold and the brave, and the wheel will turn, right? The universe responds to energy. So if you start moving the energy, if you're not just sitting around waiting, right? That's not manifesting. Sitting around waiting does not do anything for manifestation. I mean, it's helpful to, sit there and kind of figure out what you want. Okay, that's good. But then it's the inspired actions that we take that get the manifestation energy rocking and rolling. So this is taking those first steps in changing the situation so the wheel will respond to the energy that you have put out. So if you do have that conversation, make that commitment, do the investigations you need to do the reaching out, etc., you can have a very positive and very profound financial change in your life. Look at the snake that's in this wheel. This is about transformation. This is about metamorphosis, shedding a skin. So you could have a whole brand new life, so to speak, financially by taking action. All right. So hopes and wishes and dreams. You want a very positive change in your life. You want a big, powerful change because it's the wheel that's coming in. Now, the second house is also about self-esteem. One of the things that may have been troubling you and making you feel kind of like down in the dumps about yourself is that you have been stuck in a stalemate. Now, I'm not saying that's your fault, because sometimes, you know, we get stuck in energetic situations. It's just, sometimes it happens. Like, it's just the way it is sometimes. But I would say there's also a lot of time too, where if we did just take some action, we could start getting this situation unstuck for ourselves. So this is also saying to me that taking inspired action toward manifesting some important wish in your life, even if it's a baby step, because it's a page showing up, baby steps, even if it's a baby step of action, you are going to enhance your self-esteem. You're going to start feeling better about yourself. You'll be like, okay, I did. At least I took those first couple steps. You know, I'm trying, I'm doing it. I'm in, it's just day by day, step by step. You're moving forward rather than just standing there the way you have been going, I don't know. It's too much. I don't know. Okay. Because you could have been getting a little down on yourself. So this energy, again, it's about using the energy. Fortune favors the bold. Even a tiny, bold, and bodacious step can get the wheel a-turning and make you feel better about yourself, and also start working some sort of beautiful miracle in your life. Pisces, you have this beautiful new moon energy in your house of career. Wow. And Jupiter going direct in your sign. So I hope that you've been rethinking what's important to you, as Jupiter's been going retrograde in your sign, now that he's going direct again. 10th house is also the house of status. So this can also have something to do with, I call it like your status update on social media. Like, are you married? Are you single? Are you retired? Are you working? Are you divorced? Are you, you know, what is your status? So, depending on how this affects your life, apply the energies, whether it's your career or your status. All right, so let's see. But Mercury conjunct Venus in the 10th house. What a powerful energy. So there could be a very important conversation in your future about some sort of contract, money, setting the intention to manifest some new deal in your career life, some new opportunity in your career life. Jupiter will be going into your second house of money as of December 20th. So that is a great time from December 20th through to May 15th, 16th. Jupiter will be in that second house of money for you in Aries. So use this new moon energy in your house of career to really think about what you want and what you're willing to commit yourself to. What you're willing to do, what conversation you may be willing to have, what way you may need to sell yourself. Mercury's a lot about selling, where you need to sell your skills and talents and capabilities. You may indeed be making some status changes to your life, making an important decision, Mercury, about love. Am I going to marry this person or not? That's also 10th house stuff. Or am I going to get divorced or not? That's also 10th house stuff. So let's see what we got with the tarot for you, Pisces. We have the Magician. Oh, beautiful. And the Lovers. Wow. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. Well, I think whether or not we're talking about love, 10th house love status update, or we're talking about career, we got both energies showing up here. This is our Gemini energy. This is your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you. Wow. We have the Magician showing up, which is about your personal power, manifesting what you want, and the beautiful Ace of Cups. Aces for me are about the self. So this is about some sort of just beautiful, inspired, heartfelt new beginning that you want in your life. You want to feel inspired and excited, whether we're talking about your career or about your personal life or both. The Lover's card also for me can be about a passion project. So this could be really setting the intention that you want to be involved in some sort of brand new passion project with your career that is very much under your own steam and talents and control, so to speak. It's not a group effort. This is really something where your talents and abilities are going to shine. And it's very fulfilling to you personally. Like, it's just emotionally so rewarding for you to do. And it has that Gemini energy behind it as well. So it could have something to do with writing, teaching, speaking, performing, you know, in front of people. Again, talents, your talents and abilities. Anything involving like fast moving communications, you know, things of that nature. But since Gemini is also your 4th house, it could involve also things to do with home and family and, you know, any type of careers that have to do with that as well. So that's, you know, that's real estate, decor, you know, any of those types of things. This is just fabulous, fabulous energy. I would also say there's something here too about setting the intention to use media in a new way with your career. Because of the Mercury influence conjunct the Venus in the Sag house. So being bold and bodacious to use the Gemini media energy to present yourself in some sort of new way. Highlight your skills and talents, whatever this means for you. This could be writing, this could be film, this could be social media, whatever. But there's something here because Sag is about expansion. So there's something here really about this expansion of having people know who you are, magician, and what your beautiful talents and capabilities are. But only in a way that makes you feel good. So like, for an example, if you don't feel good on camera, like you don't want to do video, then don't do video. It's not about that. But maybe you like really writing and you love tweeting or whatever, then do that. All right. You see what I'm saying? Only doing what really feels good and natural for you and makes you feel good. But I'm telling you, others of you, if the desire is to really manifest some sort of new relationship, that is also a very, very strong possibility here for you. Because remember that 10th house status situation with the lover showing up here in the middle. This is all about, does it feel good? Is your enthusiasm there for it? Sag is a very enthusiastic sign. You know, and we know that when we are passionately involved with a project, a relationship, whatever, when we have that passion, that emotional magic, that is our unique energy, when we have that emotional magic behind whatever we're doing, and that's what manifests the money and the love. And like I said, with Jupiter getting ready to go in that 2nd house, you want to be putting your energy behind things of value to you. And not just monetary value, but emotional value. Because Pisces is not usually motivated by money. I've said this before on the channel. Not that money doesn't matter. Of course it matters. But first and foremost, does it feel good and right to you emotionally? And that is the primary consideration. And that's what we got going on here. So really setting those intentions and seeing what's popping for you at this new moon with what is feeling good emotionally. Because that's what's also going to lead to what's going to be feeling good financially as Jupiter gets into that 2nd house. So choose wisely, and because there could be a choice involved as well with the lover showing up here. There could be a choice between two. We have 2 aces here. There could be a choice between 2 new exciting projects or directions to go in. You may have to decide. I would say again, because this is about bold and bodacious energy, there may be one opportunity that just, it feels really good. This is your energy too, the cups. It feels really good. You love it. And it's great. But then there's another one that also feels really good, but it's going to push you a little bit. It's going to push you a little out of a comfort zone. I've been saying stretch goals throughout this video. It could be a little bit of a stretch goal, and it's going to test you a little bit more, but the rewards could even be greater because it's the major arcana here. So again, both could be good if you're trying. If you have to choose, since the lover's in the middle, if you have to choose, my suggestion would be to try to choose the one that is more of the magician type energy. All right. Pisces, you got this. especially too, because Jupiter is going to get going into that second house. So you want to choose maybe the opportunity that's a little bolder, a little bigger, a little more bodacious, because it'll bring, oftentimes those types of opportunities just bring more rewards to us emotionally and financially. So, but gorgeous energies here, Pisces. I mean, this really is, think very carefully about what's of value to you, Venus, and where you want to put your thoughts and energy behind what you value. Mercury conjunct Venus in this career zone. And the same thing if you're trying to, maybe you're trying to choose between two romantic relationships, you know, for this 10th house, this status, you know, which one you're going to be posting on your status update. Which one, again, enhances your self-esteem? Which one makes you feel good? Which one respects you? Which one communicates with you? Mercury conjunct Venus. And not just tells you what you want to hear, but tells you things of real value and substance. So, gorgeous, gorgeous energies here, Pisces. So thank you so much for joining me for your new moon in Sagittarius energies, astrology, and tarot reading. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic new moon in Sag. Let me know what's going on for you with these energies, what intentions you're going to be setting. I would love to hear in the comments. All right. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.